All right, good afternoon, everyone. Hey, James, hope you're doing well. If you have a question for Coach James Wade, please raise your hand in the chat function. We'll begin our first question with Nick Hamilton.
Good afternoon, Coach Wade. How's everything?
Hey, Nick, how you doing?
Doing great. Wanted to ask you, just want to get your thoughts on the last.
Hold on for a second.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, you're good, man.
Okay. No problem. Just want to get your thoughts on the first couple of days of training camp. What stood out to you thus far? What players may have stood out to you from that standpoint?
I mean, it's been a process. We're still trying to get some of our players in, so it's just a lot of information. No players have particularly, stood out. Candace, it's having her here is a big, boost for our team, and so her presence has been felt since every time she steps on the floor. So, but Steph looks good. Our wings, Diamond and Ka, they look good. Lexie Brown has had some good days in camp. Brittany Boyd has had some good days in camp. So it's a process. Like everybody's doing their job, but it's a lot of information that they have to take in, and everybody has their moments.
How much does having Candace Parker help as far as just being that veteran presence on the floor for your team this season?
It helps a lot. She's a player that's accomplished, and not only is she accomplished, but she has so much left in the tank, and you can see it. She looks good, man. Like, she looks really good. So having her on our side is a big difference for me, and you can see it right away.
Thank you, Coach.
Next question will be Annie Costable.
Hey, Coach. Just wondering if you have any update on when Courtney, Allie, Shyla, and Stu will be arriving for camp.
Yeah, we have information about it. Stu is actually on the plane right now. Allie and Sloot are in the States. They'll get here sometime in the next few days, but the issue is they have to go through this six-day protocol where we can't get them on the floor. So it'll be sometime next week. You can expect to see those three. Ruthie, she'll more than likely be here over the weekend, and she has to go through a 6-day protocol. And Shyla, I think her paperwork will be done by the beginning of next week. So she'll be here right following after. Like, we'll have them here fairly soon. It's just about them passing the 6 negative test and getting through everything.
Got it. Thank you.
Next question will be from Cheryl Ray Stout with WBAZ.
Hi, James. How you doing?
Hey, Cheryl. Thanks. I'm doing good.
2 questions. One, because you do have players still not here and you expect them soon, but is that enough time with such a condensed training camp to get things cohesive?
I mean, it's the challenge that we have in the WNBA. The fact that, you have players that have to go play overseas and then them coming back late. It's just the world that we live in, but we'll make do. And I think I've said this before. We started off really well last year, and we didn't finish very well. I would rather have it the other way around. So, even if it's a process to actually get the cohesion that we need, it's all about how we finish. And we know it's a marathon and not a sprint.
We just got word today that the United Center is going to be able to have fans starting May 7th. Have you heard when or if fans will be allowed at Wintrust Arena?
Yeah, they will be allowed. I don't know when. Right now, we have these protocols that we're dealing with, and we're just trying to take it one day at a time and just trying to prepare for the immediate future as far as, how we're going to test, where we're going to test, how our locker rooms are going to be set up. So we got some news about that. I think yesterday or the day before, where our locker rooms were going to be, and it's an ongoing process. Some things you wish you had better, and you just don't. So you just deal with it and just go with it.
Thank you.
Next question will be from Chris Pennant.
Good afternoon, Coach. Good to have you back.
Thanks, Chris.
I want to kind of elaborate more on the challenges that you have this season, not only with COVID and other external factors that I know are weighing on yourself and the players and coaching staff's minds, but also with the Olympics being postponed to this year and the Commissioner's Cup. How have you prepared for those quote unquote gaps in the season where you might be losing players in your rotation?
We just try to have a deep roster as we can, and that's how we, wanted to do our roster, where we can have complementary players that are ready to step up when other players leave, things like that. And right now, we just want to keep everybody healthy, make sure we have a lot of cohesion and a lot of chemistry. And so when it comes to us having our final roster and doing our final roster, it's with a lot of those things, those other, things that could probably be a distraction, those things in mind. So we're trying to keep, that at the forefront of, our group and how strong our group can be at the end of the season. So we have all those things in mind.
I want to ask about Natasha Mack, how you've liked how she's looked so far in camp.
I mean, she's been really good. It's a lot of information for her and playing at this speed and at this rhythm, but we think that she has a special skill set as far as how mobile she is and getting to one place to another, how fast she can get down the floor. We didn't know that she was this fast down the floor. She is, and her ability to block shots on the college level is going to translate. She's already had like 4 really good, time blocks on a couple of our veterans, or a few of our veterans that have been really impressive. So she's long, she's athletic, and she's also willing to learn. Like she's a sponge, and she's looking for information. So one thing that we look at these players and we say, hey, they're good players and they're a good fit. But you can see early on that she's a really good person. We could tell that she's a very likable person, great to coach, and we think that her family or whoever's responsible for her upbringing did a really great job.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Perfect. We have no more questions for James. We'll bring in Stefanie Dolson next. Thank you, James.
All right, Stephanie's doing a TikTok right now, so you might guys.
Oh, perfect. We'll grab Lexie. That's way more important, obviously. TikTok ruined my life. So addicting. Okay, 1 second, you guys. Hi, Steph. How's your TikTok?
Wonderful. Oh,
Great.
Wonderful.
We'll start with Eric Wilson.
Steph, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How's Theo?
My baby. He's with my mom right now. He's not here. I miss him.
Oh, all right. So, you ladies are back in training camp and getting yourselves prepared. Can you just talk about for a moment, the honor that you have playing for Team USA in the Olympics?
Yeah, I'm super honored. We have the qualifying tournament in May for the 3-on-3. So we're hoping to make the Olympics, but any chance I get to represent USA basketball is always an honor and a privilege. So I'm looking forward to being able to qualify.
And then with some of the new members of your team, specifically Natasha, what's it like playing with her?
Great. I mean, she's young, got young legs. She's always eager to learn. super athletic. So defensively, you know, she gets blocks all the time in practice. But she's just here to, you know, kind of take in all this knowledge that we have for her. So she's been doing a great job.
Good seeing you, Steph. Thanks.
Thank you.
Annie Costable with Chicago Sun-Times.
Hey, Steph. First question I have is just what has this training environment been like for the first week? Can you describe the intensity and the atmosphere of these first few days of training camp?
Yeah, it's been extremely focused. I think, you know, we all have a goal in mind, and that started day one. So, you know, we don't have a lot of returners back still, but, you know, the girls who are here that are young, they're just here working hard, playing really hard. You know, no one has any fear really. So we're just going at it, but playing intensely focused and just doing our jobs out here, which is really great to see and be a part of.
And then secondly, Wade has talked about just what having Candace here for the first week, the change it's made or the added intensity it's brought. So, you know, what can you say to what Candace has brought to this team just in the first week of play?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of maturity that comes with Candace. You know, she kind of makes sure that everyone is on the same page. You know, if anyone has questions, you know, you can go to Candace. She also kind of, you know, is constantly trying to teach people different things that, you know, she's experienced through her play. And I think the level of intensity of play has just gone up a lot since I've been here in Chicago, really being able to play with Candace. So I'm excited to continue to play with her in practice and just learn from her.
Thank you.
Much phone.
Jonathan?
Hey, Stephanie. Nick Hamilton, Nightcast Media. Wanted to ask you, you talked about playing and practicing alongside of Candace Parker, but also Lexie Brown too. How was that situation been for you guys as far as just trying to build that chemistry and camaraderie?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, she can shoot the ball like crazy. So she works really hard. You know, again, whatever we're doing, she's learning. She's kind of taking everything in, absorbing it and applying it. So it's been really great to be able to play with her. You know, as a posting guard, she can pass. She's been throwing some really nice passes as a guard. So it's been fun to play with both Candace and Lexie. You know, I'm not being able to ever play with them. It's always fun to play with new teammates.
All right, Chris Pennant.
Afternoon, Steph. Again, good to have you back. I kind of want to expand on the 3-on-3 tournament because just from my perspective, it's a fairly new addition to the Olympics. I know it's been around the last couple of cycles, but in terms of your life in basketball, how's it different and what have you really liked about that tournament format?
It's honestly just a nice change. I think, you know, obviously I love 5-on-5 normal basketball game, but in general, to be able to play 3-on-3 is like, it's a whole different type of game. A lot of times when you're teaching 5-on-5, you break it down into 3-on-3 and 2-on-2. So now to just have 3 people on the court it just makes it faster, more intense, more accountable. You know, you have to play one-on-one defense and you have to be able to score one-on-one. So it's been just a fun change really to play a different type of basketball, but I think something that's suited pretty nicely for my game because I, you know, try to think fast. I've been getting a lot better with my one-on-one defense when it comes to playing against faster people. So it's just been really good for my overall game.
And then I asked Coach Wade about the challenges with this season, with coronavirus, with continuing civil rights things going on outside of the game, but also the postponement of the Olympics, the new Commissioner's Cup, kind of all the fanfare for the 25th anniversary season. How have you looked at taking on those challenges, especially as you go into another season for you?
Yeah, I think, you know, there is going to be a lot going on this summer with both basketball and off-court stuff. I think it like the bubble, you know, it's not always about basketball. So we'll have to do a good job of, balancing things, balancing what game is coming up. Maybe something happens in the world and we have to take that into consideration and focus more on that in a certain moment. So we just got to make sure we support each other and have each other's backs and are focused, on whatever task is at hand, whether it's the cup, the Olympics, we have the Olympic break coming and, just everything. So we just got to, be good teammates to each other.
And I'm so I apologize to monopolize, but one last thing. When you had that TikTok, how have you seen that? How's that social media kind of changed as you've come in and given players more of an opportunity to really showcase themselves outside of just interview sessions like this?
I guess that's the society we're in today, right? It's TikTok and Instagram and Reels, all these things, social media. Yeah, it's good. I can't say I'm as, I don't want to say she's obsessed, but as much in love with TikToks as Azrae is, but it does make it fun for us sometimes to do these little stupid videos. But I can't front. I like them sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, they're fun. That one was mine. That was for me.
All right, appreciate it, Steph. Thank you.
Thanks.
Allison Moran.
Hi, Steph. Good to see you.
Thanks.
The reason I wanted to find out a little bit about your off season, and did you do anything a little bit different to prepare this year, knowing from the outcomes of last year how different it was than maybe you expected, especially towards the end of the season?
You mean me personally or team-wise?
Both.
Yeah, me personally, I didn't go overseas. I was injured at the end of the bubble.
Right.
So I, took a few weeks to just heal my ankle and my foot. And then after that, since then I've been working out basically every day. I've lost a lot of weight.
How much?
I'm at 28 pounds.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'd like to get to 35, but thanks. I'd like to get to 35 by the season, but we'll see. Yeah, so I've gotten quicker, just more confident in my game since being injured and since the bubble, because that was definitely a difficult time. And then it's kind of the same for our whole team, though. The bubble, me, Azrae, and Diamond all were injured, so we've all become healthy now, and we're just excited to have a season that hopefully we all stay healthy and we can compete at our highest level of basketball.
You had made mention of the intensity that Candace had brought to the preseason. And so can you talk a little bit about how the workouts and everything else have become more intense and things like that?
Yeah, I think it's just she both leads by example and leads vocally. So, when she's working hard, everyone kind of works harder. And when she's talking constantly, challenging people, making sure that everyone's working as hard as they possibly can, everyone kind of steps up too. So, she's a vet for a reason. She's an amazing player for a reason. She's an all-star for a reason. So she's just made it overall a more intense and, focused practice.
Mm-hmm. Sort of like Michael Jordan calling Will Purdue Will Vanderbilt or anything like that. But back in
Maybe
the
not
day.
as much, but close. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Steph. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Cheryl, did you have another question?
Hi, Stefanie. How you doing?
Good.
You seem to be rejuvenated. Is that a positive thing to say about you? Because everything you've done during the off season, you had all those issues with COVID and injuries and stuff like that. Do you feel that that's where you're at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel 100%.
What about this team with the moves that they've made? with what you were able to accomplish a little bit last year, do you think that you guys are poised to go further in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think, excuse me. Yeah, I just feel like we made all the right moves. Getting someone like Candace is a huge deal. We have to obviously build the chemistry because we have never played with her, but we're doing that right now and it's going really well. So I think we all have expectations and goals in mind, knowing what we know we're capable of, and just, exceeding those.
What about Natasha Mack? What type of skills that she helps will complement your game?
Just being athletic, she's so mobile. She can rebound, she can block shots, she plays really good defense. And then she can score, she can finish it around the rim. So just having her do things like that, anytime I'm able to pop and she rolls, or if we shoot it and we miss, she can rebound and put it back in. She's kind of that, what is it called? Just like, not dirty player, but she's just getting all the rebounds and blocks and stuff. Gritty, yeah. So, and she's been doing that in practice.
Thanks. You look great.
Thanks.
Hannah.
Hi, Steph. It's the first week of the season. You're focused on developing that team chemistry and camaraderie. Any specific team bonding activities you guys have done?
Not necessarily. A few of us vaccinated people have hung out a little bit, but we're honestly not technically allowed to. So for the most part, we just try to, when we're in the gym and locker room and training room, we try to talk to each other as much as we can and make it as fun as we can. But it's kind of hard with the whole COVID and all of our rules and protocols.
Thank you.
Eric Wilson.
Hey, Steph, along those lines, I wanted to ask you, when you ladies left the Wubble and, went back to normal life, if you will, what was that transition like for you?
Fine. I don't know. It was fine. Honestly, the bubble was hard. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world. So for me, I was happy to go. I was happy to, be back into kind of normalcy. Being able to go to the grocery store, stuff like that. So for me, it was an easy transition.
All right, Allison, did you have another question?
No, I'm good. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. All right, thank you, Steph. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
I have Lexie Brown up next.
Ooh, you might want to. Oh well, she's sweaty too.
Hi, Lexie. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, of course.
We'll just start off with asking, how is your first week of camp going so far in your experience in Chicago?
Good. Yeah, it's good. We've been going at it. We've been going really hard. As you can see, I'm a little tired right now. It's been super competitive, and just learning everybody has been really fun. It's pretty much a whole new group of players right now with, so many of our teammates missing since they're still overseas. So it's just been a really fun learning process for all of us.
Perfect. Eric Wilson.
Lexie, welcome to Chicago. A quick question for you. You've started in Connecticut, Minnesota, and now you're here. Can you talk to me about what this team so far, how they've embraced you and welcomed you in, and what it's been like?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Even before I got here, they've just been super excited to have me, be a part of this organization. Everybody from the players to the coaches to the training staff has been so helpful. And, like you said, they've embraced me. The personality that I have, I've really gelled really well with a lot of the players. And, it's something that I personally haven't experienced on my previous team. So it's been really nice for me.
And can you just speak to, being in there with Candace, what it's like to play with her, against her? What's that been like for you?
It's been amazing. And I was just talking on an interview the other day of my first memory of Candace. And it was when I was in middle school and she was playing in the Final Four at Tennessee against Stanford. And, to be on the court with her now has been incredible. Her basketball IQ is off the chart. She's so smart, she genuinely cares about everybody, and she just wants to win. And I've learned so much from her in just a few days of being on the court with her, and I'm really excited to continue to learn.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Jake Meister.
Hey, Lexie, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Can't complain. Just kind of talk about this COVID protocol experience and how it's been going for you after, joining the team pretty recently.
Honestly, it's been kind of just annoying for the most part, having to get up a little bit earlier to get tested, but we had to do things like this in the bubble. So it's not really anything new. Again, I'm just really grateful that we're able to have a season and, they're making it work for us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lexie. We'll talk to you soon. And thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your day.